This episode is brought to you by Prime Video. In the small town of Holland, Michigan, nothing is ever what it seems. Behind the tulip festivals and pretty houses lay dark secrets that threaten to tear a marriage apart. Nicole Kidman stars in this darkly twisted thriller about a wife and mother whose quest to uncover her husband's secrets may get her more than she bargained for. Holland, streaming on Prime Video March 27th.
At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Priority, America's best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Priority from T-Mobile, built for tomorrow's emergencies, ready today. Discover more at t-priority.com.
For qualifying organizations on eligible rate plans, coverage not available in some areas and may be impacted by emergencies.
This podcast is an unscripted, unedited conversation about true crime. We take the cases very seriously, but I don't take myself seriously at all, and neither should you. Welcome to Wife of Crime.
On this episode of Start Spreading the News, we talk about the tragic death of Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy, the astronauts finally coming home from space, an update on the Cane Velasquez case, the mysterious death of the Lewis twins out of Georgia, the man who escaped being held captive by his stepmother for 20 years, and so much more. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Start Spreading the News. This is our monthly segment where we talk about news. And we don't talk about political news because we don't talk about politics.
I actually don't care about them.
Yeah, you don't care about them. So if you're looking for a break from all the political news, listen to our monthly news recap.
Yeah, like sit back, relax, and I'm going to do my best Peter Jennings I can.
Now you're Peter Jennings.
Yeah, you could be Connie Chung.
Okay, I'll be Connie Chung.
Isn't she
Maury Povich's wife?
Yeah, because she's like serious like with her career.
It's pretty funny how you look at Connie Chung and Maury Povich and how completely opposite they are. And it kind of reminds me of two other people that I know.
Our dogs?
Me and you, dum-dum. My name is Jess.
A.K.A. Connie Chung. A.K.A. Diane Sawyer, A.K.A. Katie Kirk.
A.K.A. Bob the Builder.
Oh, yeah.
Because I built all of our deck furniture by myself. My hands are calloused. I have working man hands now. It took me hours to do it.
This is a man's world. It's tough out here for us men.
Yeah, my hands hurt today.
Yeah. Was it better than me putting it together and you being my assistant and then me yelling at you?
No, to be honest, I think I would rather you... even though I hate when you tell me what to do all the time, when we're building furniture, I like that you're in charge. I let you be in charge because you read the directions and then you just tell me put A with B and use screw C and I don't have to read anything.
Yeah.
I hate reading the directions.
Well, I think you did a good job.
We'll see if through the summer if anyone falls through.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's CJ certified. Her brother, he already sat on one of our chairs and it broke.
Well, that was already broken.
I don't know.
It was already broken.
Yeah, that's what I would have said if I was him.
So, yeah, we're back. And I want everybody, if you can, on a serious note, please send all of your love and prayers and good vibes and whatever you believe to Lucy, because our Lucy girl, she had to get emergency eye surgery.
She might lose her eye.
She might lose her eye and be a one-eyed bandit.
Yeah.
And
she's going to be a pirate.
I'm really sad about it. So she got this ulcer on her eye and it got bigger and bigger. And the doctor was like, okay, we got to sew it shut for 2 weeks. So she right now is like recovering from surgery this morning. She's laying in this little pen that we created so Tyson can't bother her. But she's going to be like this for 2 weeks, and then we're going to open up the eye and see if it's healed. And if it's not healed, she's going to have to get her eye removed. And I really feel so bad. So
Me too, because, they don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, they have no idea. And she's just so innocent and sweet and perfect. She's our perfect dog.
Yeah.
And I hate seeing her in pain. So please send all of your love to our Lucy.
Yeah.
Because it's sad. And we love her. But on a non-serious note, our rat saga, well, it's actually serious. But
well, now it's my rat saga.
Well, our rat
motherfucker.
saga has expanded and continued because...
Yeah, something climbed in my car. Well, first I noticed it because we were on the highway and my windshield wipers weren't working.
Yeah.
And then I got home, now there's other stuff wrong with my car, but I opened the hood. Well, I had a repair guy come here, and he opened the hood, and this motherfucking rat or squirrel or something ate the wires in my car, ate the wire harness.
Yes. If you didn't listen to last week's episode, I told a story about a rat climbing up my back when I took the trash out. We don't know if it's the same terrorist rat or if it's a squirrel or a mouse or some other rodent.
They better stop, because I'll sit out there all night in a ghillie suit sniping them with a BB gun.
I bet you
I will just sit there very quietly.
I can honestly picture it.
Well, I obviously won't stand there, but
obviously.
Yeah, but I'll sit right there, and I'll don't make me get night vision goggles.
I know. I could see you in a full ghillie suit sitting
This is
there
war.
in your with a gun across your lap. It's like 2 a.m. You got night vision goggles on. I can picture
I love gadgets.
You love gadgets. Oh, man.
That's why I always like to get new cars, but I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, Russ loves gadgets. So our rat saga...
But I'm not rich, folks. Don't think that I just keep buying more cars. I'll end up trading my car in and getting another one and taking a loss because I always traded in too soon.
Well, everyone knows we're not rich because I still work a full-time job. And we do this podcast. We're not cool enough, like these other podcasters, to be doing this full time. So everybody knows we're not rich.
But even if I was rich, I'd say the same thing.
True, you would.
Yeah, I'm not. You don't tell anyone
you
you're
don't
rich.
tell anybody you're rich.
Oh, there'd be signs though.
Yeah, you'd be putting up stories of really expensive cars.
I would definitely have an army tank.
Yeah,
rolling down the street, rescuing dogs in my army tank.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, like if there's an abused dog or something and someone's not taking care of the dogs and you pull up to the house in a tank.
Oh, that would be a really cool dog rescue.
I feel like Moses, let my people go.
That would be a really cool dog rescue, honestly, though.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, our rat saga continues. We'll see if... Thank God he's not in our house. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be able to sleep.
Well, I'm starting to think maybe a squirrel jumped on your back because it could be a squirrel that's been in my car.
It was not a squirrel. I have proof.
It was a rat.
I have eyewitness proof from the Amazon guy. If this Amazon guy ever comes back...
He probably quit.
He might have quit. He might have been like, I'm done. Peace. I'm out. Because that thing was a rat. He saw it as well, and we both ran. I mean, squirrels are just rats with fluffy tails. We think they're cuter because they have fluffy tails.
Well, I think because they live in the tree. Yeah. They have they like to build themselves a home. It's like a middle class rodent.
Middle class rodent.
Yeah, he got his family in the tree.
Yeah.
He don't really go in the garbage. He eats the good food.
Yeah, he buries his nuts.
Yeah, like he has a savings.
He has a savings.
Yeah. Actually, fun fact, I hear that
401k.
Squirrels bury these nuts. Pause. Squirrels bury their food, and most of the time they just don't find it.
Really? They forget?
Yeah, like it might be like 90% of the time they just don't find it.
Dumbass squirrels.
Yeah, they're just, I guess like planting acorns might grow tree or something. I don't know.
Wow, they have savings.
Yeah, they save their food and they have savings. It's very mature.
They have a pension.
Yeah. They covered up that tail that the rats have, so we don't hate them.
Yeah, it's true. We don't hate them because of it. We think they're cute.
It's like a rat in a dress. All right, so Gene Hackman, R.I.P. Gene Hackman.
Yeah, R.I.P.
He's in
his wife.
And his wife. He was in a lot of good movies.
He was. He was Superman, right?
No, he might have been in Superman.
Oh, yeah, he was in Superman.
I feel like he was in every Western I've ever watched.
He was in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
He was older, 95, right?
He's 95, so they found him dead in his house or apartment, whatever.
His house,
with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was 95, she was 65, and one of their dogs were dead too.
I know.
Which is crazy.
That's wild.
So it made it seem like what the hell happened. But they said Gene Hackman died of like old age or something.
So yeah, they don't have the official autopsy report. So when I was looking it up when it first happened, the wife died from hantavirus.
A rat.
Which is from rodents.
The poop, right?
The poop and pee from rodents.
If you eat it, maybe?
No, if you come in contact with it. So I looked it up because I'm like, wait, especially after a rat climbed on me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
You probably got to bathe in the poop.
No, she didn't bathe in it. Come on.
Yeah, but you might have to like rub it on you or something.
She didn't rub it on her.
Because if you ever eat out, you've probably eaten a piece of mice poop one time.
You probably have. It's
then
true.
we all have it.
Well, hantavirus is spread from exposure to their urine and feces. But in the beginning, it feels like the flu. But then it lasts longer.
Everything's the flu.
And then it spreads to your lungs. And it causes this like deadly lung infection. Some people have mild symptoms and are fine afterwards. Some people die from it because their body doesn't form antibodies. And scientists can't figure out why some people form antibodies and some people don't. It's like very random why some people have severe like death as a result, and some people just get sick and then they're fine.
I know in the Bronx, everyone's immune to the rat disease. We ain't going out like that. Like,
well, rats are. I mean, aren't
or
there
a mouse or like if you get shit on, you die. We ain't doing that.
Well, aren't there more rats in New York City than people? Isn't that a statistic they were saying?
Yeah, but I don't know when they did the rat census. Like, how do they actually know?
Maybe they just say, okay, for every rat you see, it's probably had such and such babies. And then they like figured out, well, this would estimate that there's this many rats.
I think let's just say there's a lot and we don't know how many.
There's a lot.
But they're not, when you're walking in the street, you don't see them or nothing. It isn't like that.
You do see them.
In the nighttime, once in a blue.
Yeah, but you see them running down the street sometimes. People see him carrying a slice of pizza. Didn't you see that rat carrying a slice of pizza in his mouth down the steps of the subway?
Master Splinter.
Yeah, Master Splinter. That's right. So, anyway, Betsy, she died from the hantavirus. But the family of Gene Hackman, so he had Alzheimer's. And they believe he must have had like a cardiac event or something.
He was 95. So.
Yeah. But
if his wife didn't kill him, she would have killed him years ago if she wanted to.
Yeah, no, and they lived a very private life. So his family has now petitioned to not allow the autopsy report or any photos from the body cams from the cops that showed up on scene to be released.
I thought that was his wife's family did that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
I thought it was
they
his
don't want her
family.
autopsy released.
Oh.
Maybe it's both of them.
So then how do they know it was hantavirus?
Well, they get, as a family member, I get the result, but why are you putting all our business on the news? Like, you want the body cam will find him dead, and whatever was wrong with him medically is none of your business.
100%.
Because they were saying it's kind of fishy that they don't want it released. First of all,
no, it's definitely not fishy.
They got the results, and so does the medical person that would report any fishy business.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's definitely not fishy that the family doesn't want that shit out there because they want their privacy. I get it. Mind your business, everybody.
We are everybody.
I know. But my point is, how do they know for sure that it was hantavirus then?
They probably tested her.
But they didn't. But you just said that her family didn't want the report out there.
Yeah, but the family probably has the
Oh, so somebody leaked it. Possibly.
Well, somebody said something.
Yeah, I guess somebody said something. So
or someone made it up and I listened.
I'm curious if it was made up. That's I mean, hantavirus is real, but I'm curious if that was actually her cause of death.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in the Bronx gets that because it's so dirty. I feel like we're immune to like so much stuff.
Listen, you got, I don't know if I ever told you guys, Russ has the most rock solid immune system I've ever seen in anyone. And I'm not kidding. Like, she
didn't believe me when I used to tell her, like, I don't get sick. I just don't.
Yeah, he doesn't get sick. I have been with him for 15 years and he's only been sick once. He didn't get COVID. I got it 3 times. We slept in the same bed.
Recently,
we kissed each other.
You were homesick.
I had the flu recently.
Her mom came over with the flu.
My mom had the flu. My mom had RSV once and came over and then ended up having RSV a couple days later. He didn't have nothing. He never gets anything.
I didn't want it.
Your immune system is amazing.
But my bones aren't that good.
Well, that's true.
Well, I don't know. I was going fast.
We should study your immune system.
For the cheddar, I will make it better.
So RIP to them. But I have to say, when I heard this hantavirus thing, and then a rat climbed on me, and then a rat ate through your car wires, and now the rat poop is in your car still because we didn't move it.
Yeah, I'll let the car dealership worry about all that.
Yeah, like that. The rat poop is just sitting in your car.
Yeah, I can't even use my car right now. Does anyone have a Lambo they want to lend me?
Right?
I can drive. Don't think
He has hand controls. He can drive.
I can put him on any car.
Yep. So, yeah, it really freaked me out. And I had to look up this virus because I was scared. And then for like a couple days, I'm like, oh my God, do I feel sick? Do I feel weak? But I was fine. So happy to report I was not infected.
You don't get infected by jumping on your back.
I know, but
that's like you catching homelessness when the bum bit your butt. You don't catch homeless.
It freaked me out, Russ.
No, but it's good for you. You needed that.
Well, you only say that because I made fun of you for so many years.
Yeah, and all I would do is just walk to the outer part, like the furthest part of the sidewalk away from the garbage. Should there be a rogue rat in there trying to, show off to his friends, climb up your neck, bite your jugular or something?
Climb up your neck. The amount of times I've heard him say, a rat's going to climb up your neck.
But why do I sound like Edith from Archie Bunker? From All in the Family?
A rat's going to climb up your neck.
Protect your neck, son. So, do you remember Cane Velasquez?
Oh, yeah. We talked about him a couple years ago, I feel like.
Yeah, it probably was just on a regular episode.
Yeah, because he's a UFC fighter.
Yeah, and he had a family member in preschool. I think the kid was 4. May or may not be his son, but I know it's a family member. I'm not exactly sure if it's his son. Mm-hmm. And he was molested in this daycare.
Oh, my God.
So Cane Velasquez, who was a UFC fighter, could beat up 99% of the world, even more because he's a heavyweight. Mm-hmm. So he's a big dude. He drove up on the guy that was accused of molesting people.
Yeah.
He drove up on him with a gun and started high-speed chase with him shooting at his car.
Oh, that's right.
And then he went to jail, but they let him out eventually after a few months. He's out during the trial. Mm-hmm. So this was some years ago. First of all, free Cane Velasquez. Mm-hmm. They should give him a medal for chasing down a child molester.
Well, wasn't it that the person in the car with this child molester got shot but
I think
didn't
it was
die?
His father. The molester's father.
The molester's father got shot but didn't die. So then he was charged with like attempted murder or something.
Yeah. But hey, that's a casualty of war. That was
also, you produced, well, I mean, listen, it's a little controversial for me to say, but you made this shithead.
Well.
So, I mean, if you get shot in the arm or whatever, you didn't die.
Maybe. That's a tough call, player.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Because, like...
That's a hot take.
Yeah, that is, because how about if you grow up from a shitty parent and you come out really good?
Yeah, true.
I've seen that happen.
You're right. I'm just speaking from my anger. It's not...
No, you just want anyone... I get it, like
if you're associated.
Did he know about it?
Yeah,
was
if you're
he down?
associated
if he knows about it and he was down, then off with his head.
Yeah, if you're associated with someone who's a known child molester. But if it is your kid, we did watch this show the other day called Adolescence. It was really good. Highly suggest it. It really made me see the viewpoint of the parent of the perpetrator.
In a school, like they were young.
Yeah. So
it's worth a watch. It's only 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Total for the whole show.
Which Russ loved.
I was able to get through that.
And it was really good. And we watched it after we recorded our Gabby Petito episode for Patreon. And in that episode, everyone hates Brian Laundrie's parents. But this show, I still hate them, but this show really made me see the perspective if your child is a perpetrator. It was really, really good.
Yeah, and like everyone looks at you and like they follow you around and you're just like,
Yeah, you like look at you like you're the bad person.
Like you're
too.
the bad person. So
Like
and all you did, hopefully, is try your best.
Yeah. So anyway, so go ahead. So you were saying he chased this guy down. He shot into
Shot
the
his car. He got arrested. So he was in jail for some months, maybe a year. I don't know the exact. But now he pleaded guilty.
Oh, he did. Okay.
He did plead guilty. So the sentence is coming up, I believe, next week. He's going in to get sentenced. He could get anywhere from 40 years to time served.
Wow.
So, that's a big...
It's a big range.
But, if other people could get off with, like, temporary insanity and shit, your child getting touched makes you insane. Literally.
Yeah.
Like, what is going to make you crazier than that? And you might not even be crazy. That's just an instinct.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you don't know for sure if it was his kid, right? It could have been, like, his nephew or something. But he was 4.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's his family member. I really hope that he gets time served or parole or whatever.
Maybe just give him, like, a little probation.
Like a light sentence. Or I meant probation. That's what I meant.
Probation, like, you're on probation. Like they did, like if you assault anyone in this amount of time, you're going back to jail.
Yeah.
Like for forever or some shit. And the UFC fighters never fight anyone in the street because, like, they know that it's unfair. Like, I'll just kill you.
Yeah, it's true. Because they are so strategic, too, in how they fight. They can put you in a hold and...
Yeah, like they're so secure in it. I mean, a lot of these freaking fighters now look like nerds, and they're just people that know they're not necessarily the strongest person. They just know how to fight and they'll whoop you.
Well, if you're ever out at a bar and you see a dude with a cauliflower ear,
I'm good.
Don't even try him.
Just if you're a girl, lick his ear.
If you're a guy,
you'll be protected. No, don't do that to anyone.
Don't lick anyone's ear. You might get slapped.
You can lick someone's ear.
I'm saying a stranger.
Yeah.
That's gross.
But I guarantee he might like it.
Ew. Cauliflower ear is so weird.
I hate cauliflower. White broccoli is the worst.
That's what he calls it. Russ doesn't call it cauliflower. He calls it white broccoli.
It makes it sound even grosser.
He hates it. So, yeah, if you're out drinking, don't mess with a dude with cauliflower ear. So I really hope his sentence is short.
I hope he gets off. Mm-hmm. And I hope maybe they should say, the deal is you have to work for us every now and then. We're going to call you up and you come with us to get the child molesters.
Yeah, true.
Like, scare the shit out of them.
Put him to work.
Yeah, they could use him.
He is big. I saw a picture of him.
I hear he's a really good guy too. Like,
I'm sure he is. Yeah. He sounds like a good guy. He just lost his cool.
But he made a statement like, I know I shouldn't have done that.
Because you're putting other people's lives at risk.
But, it could be now he's making the statement because he has to sound good because he's about to get sentenced.
Of course. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because
I'm sure the judge is going to take into consideration, like, if he has a record, if he's been violent before. I mean, he's a UFC fighter. But, I mean, like you said, I think a lot of people's misconception of fighters is that they want to fight because they do it for a living.
They'll walk away. I've seen, like, they'll just walk away from people that want to fight. Like, no, it's all right.
Except unless you're Mike Tyson. Then somebody's fucking with you on an airplane.
Well, then you get what you deserve.
The shit out of them. Mike Tyson doesn't walk away from fights.
Mike Tyson snaps.
He snaps, yeah.
I'd be scared to be in a room with him.
Really? I wouldn't. I feel like he's probably a big teddy bear until you say something he doesn't like.
Yeah, but you don't know what he doesn't like. He gets bugged out.
Just talking about
he was going to beat up people on his own show, like the rapper Lil Boosie was on there.
Well, Lil Boosie.
Yeah, but it started out
like he's like such a hood booger. Like
but it's so funny. It's like he's
ridiculous.
Such good TV.
He is good TV, but of course Mike would want to beat him up.
He wanted to kill him because he was talking about Dwayne Wade's son who was transitioning or whatever, something like that. And then Mike Tyson's daughter is gay. So
he's an ally.
Yeah, but she's the one was like, she wanted to go on the show to fight Boosie.
Yeah.
And Tyson, like, he got a big, like, problem from it, so he was annoyed.
Yeah.
So then when he went in there, like, then Tyson was kind of just speaking for his daughter.
Wow.
I feel like Mike Tyson's like a dog. If we're both sitting here and I automatically run away, he's going to chase me.
Yeah. Like our Tyson.
Yeah.
If Tyson's just literally our Tyson... I mean, it's the perfect name for him, really, when you think about it. He goes 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
Like, he'll be
He got
dead.
no stamina, though.
No, he has no stamina, but he'll be dead asleep, and I get up to do something, and he's like wide-eyed, right away, next to me, running around the house with me. Where are we going? What are we doing?
But you love it.
I do. He is like a Velcro dog
Yeah.
with me. I've said it before, and I will say it again. Via Hemp is our favorite edible company, okay? We've been using them now for probably 6 months, and they have been a game changer. You know, your boy Russ, he used to get randomly drug tested before his accident, and he never took edibles, ever. But ever since his accident with the nerve pain and everything, he was like, why not try it? Let's see if it actually helps me. So now he takes one every night to go to bed, and he sleeps through the night. It's been awesome for him. And as I've told you guys before, I literally can never relax, ever. And their CBD gummies really help me calm down. We are so incredibly happy with this company, and we plan on keeping this relationship with them as long as we possibly can. So if you are 21 and up, head over to viahemp.com. That's viahemp.com/wifeofcrime1 to get 15% off your first order. That's viahemp.com/wifeofcrime1. I'm always looking for ways to make drinking water easier. There's an ongoing joke between me and Russ that for the first few years of our relationship, he literally never saw me drink water. I'm just one of those people that water is not my first choice, but it needs to be. It's so important for our bodies. If you're like me, then you probably don't trust your tap water. Having safe, clean water is the last thing you want to worry about. But unfortunately, according to extensive research by the Environmental Working Group, 3 out of 4 homes in America have harmful contaminants in its tap water. That's why you've got to check out AquaTrue. The AquaTrue water purifier uses a 4-stage purification process, and their countertop purifiers work with no installation or plumbing. Their purifiers are affordable and long-lasting. You don't have to change the filters every 2 to 3 months. Their filters actually last 6 months to 2 years. I can definitely taste the difference compared to my old water purifier. Plus, it was shipped right to my house and super easy to set up. AquaTrue comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Today, our listeners receive 20% off any AquaTrue purifier. Just go to aquatrue.com, that's AQUATRU.com, and enter code WIFEOFCRIME1 at checkout. That's 20% off any AquaTrue purifier when you go to aquatrue.com and use promo code WIFEOFCRIME1. So, the astronauts came home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Butch
That's crazy.
Wilmore and Suni Williams. They came home after 9 months.
So I saw a thing today.
Mm-hmm.
They were at the president press conference. One of the reporters said to Trump, "Do you know that those astronauts weren't paid any overtime for being up there? They only got $5 a day for stipend or something like that, the word was, but they each got $5 a day, which only came out to $1,400 and something dollars for all that extra time being up there."
What?
And Trump said, like, I didn't know about this. Like, this is the first time I'm hearing it. And then he was like, we got to get that fixed. He goes, I'll pay him out of my pocket if I have to. Like, they have to get more money than that. Like, I'm not political. I just thought the story went with that.
Yeah, no, it's true.
But that is crazy.
But I wonder if he will actually do it.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'll get paid.
Oh, yeah, I hope they get paid.
Yeah, like, you had me up there for almost a year nonstop, 24 hours a day. You break that into...
And they actually, like, used the time. So, like, they were supposed to only be up there for a week. They ended up being up there for 9 months. And they actually used the time wisely and fixed a ton of shit that was wrong with our space station. They did, like, multiple spacewalks, I think. Went out there, fixed all this stuff. They, like, fixed all the stuff inside of the space station.
Yeah, but they're going to make money now. They might get a book deal.
I hope so.
Like, no, I'm not rooting against them. I'm just saying, like, they're probably celebrities now.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Everyone wants to talk to them now. I don't know about, like, a year from now. But.
Well, they wrote all these articles now about how long it's going to take their bodies to recover because they've been up there for so long.
You lose your bone density and muscle.
Yeah, and even your immune system is like really compromised. So they have months of rehab to go through just to acclimate to Earth again.
Wow.
Which is pretty crazy. It's
They
going to
should
take
be paying them
months.
for all that too.
They should.
They should get some millions.
They
You're
really
stuck
should.
in space.
That's wild. It's still, honestly, like I love space. Space is one of my favorite things. I love space. But to think about being stuck up there.
I think it'd be cool for that. Just for like less than a year. I'd be like, I'm in.
Not knowing
and plus,
when you're coming home.
I don't need my legs really up there either. I'll just be floating around my arms.
True. You wouldn't need your legs. So that's true.
I always think of floating pee and poop.
Ew.
Like the pee will just float around.
I guess it would. Do they pee into a bag? I'm assuming.
Probably.
I'd be interested to learn how they pee and poop.
The custodian of the fucking spaceship?
I'm just curious.
This is weird. What do they pee in? That has to be like a rhetorical question. You didn't really...
No, I thought maybe you might know what they pee in. I mean, I'm assuming it has to be a bag. They have to catch it.
Sure.
Right?
Maybe they like try to throw it at each other.
Ew. No, but if you don't know when you're coming home, that's really anxiety provoking. Like, I would be fine being up there for a long time if there was a light at the end of the tunnel. But everyone was just like, sorry, dude, NASA can't help you. You guys are stuck. Like, that's
wild.
crazy.
NASA, step up your game.
Right? NASA needs to step up their game.
You only been to the moon one time in all these years.
That's not true. They've done multiple trips to the moon.
No, I think that it's only been once.
Hey, Siri, how many times has America been to the moon? Americans have landed on the moon 6 times. Haha.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, that's what Siri said, and she
that
got
might
it from
count,
the internet,
but like
and I
humans,
think it's true.
but humans on
Americans, yeah.
No, but not American ships. They put like the rovers up there and stuff.
No,
they have like remote control cars up there.
Hey, Siri. Side note, Russ always says moat control instead of remote control, and it cracks me up.
Moat.
Okay. How many times has American humans been on the moon? 6 times.
All right.
Yeah.
I still believe me. I heard it on a podcast somewhere. I don't know which one.
What? You heard on a podcast somewhere that we've only been there once?
Or maybe, yeah, like we haven't.
Or haven't been there? Because,
there was probably some conspiracy theory.
There's a conspiracy that's like we've never been. And it was all filmed in a studio.
I mean, it was just a flex to land on the moon. It isn't like we did anything up there.
Yeah, it was 100% a flex because we were trying, back in the 60s, we were trying to race Russia.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a flex.
For nothing.
But it is really cool. Space is super cool. And it's also just like my brain can't comprehend being in space. I can't even imagine it or fathom it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the aliens to take me home.
Bro, what happened to the drones? We talked about the drones back in January. They're gone now, I guess.
They're gone.
Like, what ended up happening? Did the news cycle just continue to focus on politics, so now no one's talking about drones? Or are they gone?
They went back to outer space.
Yeah.
They didn't take me with them.
They did not take you.
I want to go.
You want to go with the aliens?
Done, yeah.
You're done with Earth.
They already have PlayStation 6 up there, I hear.
You're done with Earth. You're over it. It's going to be really interesting when we eventually go to Mars. I feel like the first trip to Mars, I heard somewhere, the first trip to Mars is going to be like a suicide mission or like
you can't come back.
Yeah, you're not coming back. Because how long does it take to get there? Doesn't it take a long time?
Yeah, I think it takes, I looked that up recently. It might be like a year.
Yeah,
like a year and 9 months, I think I saw.
It takes a while to get there, and you're going there with no resources or whatever you have.
Oh, you're going with tons of resources because...
No, Mars doesn't have resources.
Yeah, but they're bringing a ship full.
But they do have these random square structures.
I saw that.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
What are those?
I mean, our planet, a billion trillion, however many years when it dies out, is going to look like those planets. So who knows what was there before?
It's wild to think about.
Because our planet will just be a deserted rock.
But like, what are those squares? Why are they perfect squares? It's pretty crazy. Look up Mars squares. It's really interesting,
There's someone under the square. It's like a door.
You think so?
Yeah, they got to put a magnet on it. See if it's metal.
That's really interesting. All right. So the astronauts are home. I'm happy for them. And they have a long rehab ahead of them. But How cool is that, though? I mean, what a cool life experience.
Yeah, just to say that.
To say that, I know, right? And they fixed a lot of stuff, so good for them for being self-starters and, like, ambitious.
I wouldn't have
and
done
workaholics.
shit.
Yeah, because they were up there like, you know what? Let's not waste our time. Let's do the right thing.
They had to have, like, some television and shit up there, too.
They're probably bored out of their freaking minds.
You could lift weights. Well, you can't lift weights. You can, I hear you can use bands because the band's resistance doesn't go away.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So that's how they try to probably keep their bone density and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I have a case out of Georgia. I made a TikTok about it. And my mom actually sent me this case because it's really crazy. So
Shout out to Care.
Shout out to Care.
I'm out of banana bread.
Make him some banana bread. He's been wanting it.
SOS.
So 19-year-old twins, Kadir and Nazir Lewis, okay? The two of them are from Georgia. They planned this trip to Boston, and they were supposed to fly out on March 7th at 7 a.m. They never made their flight. Later, a few days later, like all their friends were expecting them in Boston. They were going to celebrate their birthdays there and everything. Later, their friends contacted their family and said they never showed up.
Okay.
So their bodies were discovered 90 miles north of where they're from in Georgia in a place called Hiawassee, Georgia. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
And their bodies were discovered on the top of a mountain called Bell Mountain at the summit.
Was it like a hiking trail?
It was a hiking trail. They were discovered by hikers, and they both had gunshots. So initially, the cops ruled it a murder-suicide. And the family is like, fuck no, absolutely not. This is not a murder-suicide. They were twins. They were about to celebrate their 20th birthday. They planned to meet their friends in Boston.
Very unlikely.
They've never hiked. Like, they don't hike.
What the hell are they doing up there?
They were 90 miles away from where they're from. And I heard from somebody on TikTok who commented on my video. Don't know if this is true, but I'll look it up. But this person on my comments said that that area is a sundown town.
Vampires?
No, it's where there's like KKK and racism.
Oh, I didn't know what that meant.
Sundown towns are really racist. And they don't, incredibly racist areas.
Oh.
Sometimes the KKK will be there.
Cracker ass crackers.
So, seriously, like, the family is completely convinced that foul play happened. Like, that these boys were murdered.
Did they have a gun, though, the kids?
No. They were traveling. They were leaving for Boston.
Oh, yeah, they couldn't have a gun. You're not bringing one on the plane.
Yeah.
So
they left their house to go to Boston.
No, but was there a gun on the scene? Because that's how they're saying it's a murder-suicide. If there's no gun, then how you can't say that.
I don't know if there was a gun on scene, to be honest. But the medical examiner hasn't officially ruled this a murder-suicide. This is what the Georgia Bureau of Investigations has said and the police department has said in that area. So then this volunteer firefighter got arrested because he's one of the people who found the bodies, and he took pictures of these boys' bodies, sent the picture to his brother, and then his brother circulated the picture and sent it to a bunch of friends, and then all these high school kids were circulating the picture of these boys' bodies.
That's sad.
So now this guy's arrested for doing this. Like, what kind of person...
Wait, you get in trouble for texting a picture?
A picture of dead bodies?
I didn't know if it's illegal.
Of people who might be murder victims?
It might make you a really bad person, but I didn't know it was illegal.
Well, it's a misdemeanor. It's not a felony.
Okay.
But he got arrested for it. And also, what kind of human being does that? You disgusting sack of shit. Why are you sending pictures? And
they probably got nothing going on in their life. And your
brother, who received this picture, then sends it to his friends? Like, what the fuck's wrong with people? Disgusting. So... the manner of death, the official manner of death hasn't come out yet. But the family is adamant that these boys would never hurt themselves or each other, that they loved each other, they were best friends, that they looked out for each other. And I believe it.
Yeah, I find that very unlikely.
It's super unlikely. I mean, the family would have some kind of inkling and they were both like, they don't even know where Hiawassee is. Like, they don't even know this area of Georgia.
Yeah, they don't, Yeah.
And they were planning this trip to Boston. They had a flight paid for. It's so wild.
Yeah, you pay for a flight, you're going.
Yeah.
People don't like missing their flights.
So I made a TikTok because I really want the story talked about and circulated. And it's not really out there. I mean, some media outlets are covering it.
It's time for the circulation.
But they need to have media coverage of this.
It's
Just,
true.
we watched Gabby Petito. And her case.
You got to put pressure.
Yeah, you got to put pressure on people because Gabby Petito's case got solved because the media was so involved because the parents pushed it out there. That family wasn't having it. And also, because we have this white woman syndrome in America, we need to push more cases like this of kids. There's 2 young black men. They deserve their stories told too and pushed too. So anyway,
Absolutely.
Crazy story. I'll keep you guys posted. I find it incredibly fishy. And how did they end up on the top of a mountain?
Well, I wonder if it's like Bear Mountain where you could drive up. There's a way to drive up there, but there's also a hike that leads you to the top.
I think there is.
So there were cars up there, so someone drove them up there.
No, you drive to a point, but then you still got to go up to the top. Like in Bear Mountain, imagine you're at Bear Mountain where the parking lot is, but then you have another little mountain to climb. It's small.
Yeah.
But that's where they were.
Yeah, so someone put them there, I guess.
It's so crazy.
Where was their cars? Did they have cars or something?
I don't think so. I honestly, not a lot has been released because
it's too new.
Media isn't talking about it that much. So, but the families are really speaking out. The family is very upset because they don't want this to be ruled a murder-suicide.
Yeah.
Because then the cops are just going to be like, that's it. We're not going to investigate it. And they'll close the case.
Yeah, they have something better to do than investigate a murder.
It's crazy.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Anyway, I'll keep you guys updated because this one I'm really interested in. For sure. I'm sure you did. Did you hear about the man who was 32 years old who escaped his home that he was held captive in since he was 11?
Yeah, he was only 68 pounds.
20 years. His stepmother, his evil stepmother, held him captive. He freed himself by setting a piece of paper on fire using a lighter and hand sanitizer.
Crazy. And there were also his half sisters or stepsisters lived there and they were treated fine.
I know. And so this disgusting woman, she's obviously claiming she's innocent, saying she never held him captive. The dude was 68 pounds. He got fed 2 sandwiches and 2 cups of water a day. He hadn't taken a bath or shower in 2 years.
Wow.
His teeth were rotting or are rotting. His name's never been released, but she's claiming that she's innocent, and her attorney, which listen, I have respect for defense attorneys, but this dude, he just looks slimy on TV anyway. But he's she never held him captive. He could have left whenever he wanted. This was not her. She's innocent. And then he came out and said that her husband who died, who's the boy's father, that he's the one that decided to do this. And she was just following orders.
Oh, boy.
He's dead.
Kooks.
These people are crazy. So this poor guy.
It's crazy as we run into people that are crazy like this every day of our life outside. We just don't know what everyone's doing.
You don't know what people are doing in their house.
Nope.
It's
or
really
who they have
weird.
locked up in their house. Or
so scary to think about. Just a couple weeks ago in the Josiah Sutton case, when I was telling you, when I was writing that case, you don't know what's going on in other people's cars.
Yeah.
Did someone just kidnap somebody and they're in the car with them? So this woman, she just looks, when you look, she just looks like a piece of trash.
She looks like a cat woman.
So I feel really bad for this guy. They did an interview with the principal of his school when he was 11 because he got taken out of school in the 4th grade, I guess. And the principal said that they called CPS multiple times.
And they dropped the ball.
And that CPS dropped the ball and that he was seen eating out of the trash.
Yeah, he got in trouble for that.
Isn't that so sad?
Poor kid never had a chance.
No, this poor kid.
And now where is he going to go from here?
Well, I read today that his biological mother, who gave up custody, so I guess when he was a really small child, his father got sole custody of him. I don't know the reason. I don't know what happened between them. But she's been looking for him for over a decade. She's been trying to find him.
Yeah, because they say he was just missing.
Yeah. So she has been trying to find him for over a decade. And she and her daughter, who is his half-sister, I think they might step in and try to help him, because she is speaking out saying, like, I can't believe that my son was just trapped in this house with these people for this long, and I've been looking for him for over a decade, and this is crazy.
Well, they're probably going to get some jail time.
Oh, I hope so. And I hope those sisters.
Yeah, like I wonder how that's going to go for them.
Yeah, they grew up.
They knew,
yeah,
but they're going to say like they weren't part of it, or
they'll say like they were abused as well or something like that. And they possibly were. But then when you leave the house and you don't live there anymore, you need to say something.
Yeah, it's weird.
So
the whole thing.
Crazy. But honestly, he was like, not me, not today. He was
True
probably
that.
like, I'd rather die. I'll just burn this fucking house down, and if I die, I die.
Yeah.
But I got to get out of here. Maybe he didn't think he would die. I don't know.
Maybe he wanted to.
Maybe he wanted to. But he said, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, that's wild.
So crazy.
Did they have him chained up?
No, so he wasn't chained up.
How'd they keep him in? I guess at that point he was really weak, but at one point he probably could have got out.
You got to remember, this is a psychological abuse as well. Like, you are from 11 years old, you're treated like an animal. You don't know the abuse he suffered prior to being 11. He was probably abused his entire life. And then at 11,
it didn't start at 11 yet.
No. So he was institutionalized. He probably, even though he wasn't physically chained up, like the psychological damage that occurred his whole life.
They should lock her up.
Is going to keep somebody
alone,
trapped.
too. They should put her in isolation.
Yeah, in solitary.
Yep.
Forever.
Let us see how it feels. So, remember we were talking about firing squad?
Oh, yeah. You said in an episode didn't you say something about a firing squad a couple episodes ago? I can't remember.
I said something about it, but they just did an execution by a firing squad. They executed. It's been the first time since 2010.
Wow.
So it's been, 15 years? Look at that fast math.
Wow.
So they executed Brad Sigmund, a.k.a. the piece of shit, who was convicted of a double homicide in 2001.
Did he choose this? Or did they say did he have the choice of like the electric chair or firing squad or lethal injection?
When you asked me that question, did you think I was going to have that answer?
I really did. I thought you read an article about it.
Yes, I do not have that answer.
Oh, wow. So I just looked it up. He killed his ex-girlfriend's parents with a baseball bat.
Wow.
He was executed on Friday. He was the first U.S. prisoner in 15 years, like you said, to die by firing squad, which he saw as preferable to the electric chair or lethal injection. So he chose this.
And they use multiple people, I heard, on the firing squad.
Mm-hmm.
So no one knows who actually murdered the person. Like, it's not on their head solely.
Oh, so that the person person who shot.
The person holding the gun.
Now, this is the thing about the death penalty. Lots of controversial views. I know some people who are completely against the death penalty. I ride the fence on the issue for sure.
I lean back.
You lean back.
Let's go and rock away.
I just feel like it's a lot on somebody's conscience who is performing the death penalty. Like when you are the doctor in there or the nurse in there giving the lethal injection, or you're like, that's a lot on people's soul.
Not on everyone. Some people are psychopaths.
But some people are innocent.
See, but they probably never look at it like that.
Didn't we watch a movie recently about that? Trial by Fire?
Yeah.
I just spoiled the movie. Sorry, spoiler alert. But it's crazy, right? Some people are innocent.
Yeah,
and that was a true story.
I don't remember watching it. I just said, yeah. I'd have to see the picture.
We watched it, and at the end, the lady fought for him. She fought for him to get off of death row.
Oh, yeah.
On Netflix.
Just saying that.
You really don't remember?
I remember it a little bit.
We watched it last week. What is wrong with you?
I probably was just mesmerized by your beauty. I couldn't I couldn't pay attention.
Between last episode, you saying, what's she up to now? And
but
sometimes
I'm like, you catch yourself. I forgot. If you put it on, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I saw that. But it's not ringing a bell.
Okay. Well, if you haven't watched Trial by Fire, it's really good. A bunch of our listeners told us to watch it. So that's why we watched it last week. They make good suggestions.
No, they'll always be like, watch this 27-part documentary for the True Crime and Chill.
Well, I mean, they know you by now. I think everyone realizes that you're not going to watch anything more than 4 parts.
Well, sometimes if it's a lot, I'll fall asleep for like an episode or something.
He will.
I try to hide it so Jess could like keep watching.
Oh, I hit pause right away.
It's so annoying because I'm like, oh, if I sleep, I'll be done with the second episode. I could sleep through it.
Yeah. No, I'm not carrying you, bro. You got to carry your weight in this podcast, my friend. You got to know what you're talking about.
All right.
What were you about to say? I never know what I'm talking about.
No.
That's what it looked like you were about to say. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning back in. We spread some news.
And I'm leaving today.
Have a wonderful week. We will be back next week for a regular episode. The one next week is Wild. Okay? With a on the end.
Wild.
All right, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Talk to you later. Bye.
Peace.